Step into the Indiana Jones world of cars, where we uncover the most rare, forgotten, and futuristic vehicles ever built. From hidden prototypes to one-of-a-kind machines, this is an adventure through automotive history and the future of driving. In this video, we explore the hidden treasures of the car world, rare concepts, futuristic tech, and vehicles that feel more like myths than machines. Just like Indiana Jones hunts ancient relics, we're here to reveal the secret side of the automotive world. If you love rare cars, futuristic inventions, and automotive mysteries, this is the video you don't want to miss. Subscribe for more epic car discoveries, futuristic reviews, and automotive adventures. Every treasure hunt begins with a map. But in the world of hidden cars, there are no neatly drawn lines or golden excess. Instead, the clues are whispers, a scribbled note in an old registry, a faded photograph of a dusty barn, or a rumor passed down at a car meet. Most lead to dead ends. But sometimes, they open the door to legends. Collectors call it the hunt. It's not about walking into a showroom. It's about chasing ghosts. Somewhere out there might be a Ferrari abandoned in a storage unit, or a muscle car left behind when a farm changed hands. These machines aren't just cars, they're time capsules. Each one tells the story of a moment in history, a family, or even an entire era. But finding them, that's the challenge. The Indiana Jones of cars doesn't use a whip or fedora. He uses detective work. Old maps, dusty logbooks, even government archives. He talks to locals, listens for stories of that old car in the shed. And when he gets close, the question is always the same. Is the treasure real, or just another myth? Sometimes the lead turns cold, ending in disappointment. But when the doors swing open, and the dust clears to reveal chrome, leather, and steel long thought lost, that's when history comes alive. But the map is only the beginning. Because once the treasure is found, the real test begins, uncovering why it was hidden, and whether it deserves to be restored, or left as it is. And in the next chapter, we step into one of those forgotten kingdoms, where rows of classics sit frozen in time, waiting for their story to be told. Sometimes the greatest treasures aren't hidden in faraway lands. They're sitting in plain sight, behind a locked barn door. This is the story of a kingdom, not of gold or jewels, but of chrome. Deep in the countryside, there are collections frozen in time. Rows of Chevrolets, Fords, and forgotten European classics sitting under blankets of dust. Their tires flat, their paint faded, their engines silent. To the untrained eye, they're relics of the past. But to the hunter, they're sleeping warriors, each with a story, each with a spark waiting to ignite. But how did they end up here? Sometimes it's the tale of a wealthy collector who passed away, leaving his fleet untouched. Other times, it's a farmer who simply parked his pride and joy one day and never started it again. Decades pass, nature creeps in, and what was once a family car becomes a forgotten monument. The moment of discovery feels like stepping into a lost world. Sunlight cuts through broken windows, glinting off chrome bumpers buried in cobwebs. Logos from another era, Cadillac fins, Mustang badges, Alfa Romeo grills, stare back like ghosts from history. It's a place where time stopped, but the legends remain. And yet, there's a question that haunts every explorer. Why were these treasures left behind? Were they abandoned because of money, neglect, or something more mysterious? One thing is certain, in every forgotten kingdom of chrome, there's always one car that stands out. A crown jewel. The one find that makes the entire journey worthwhile. But not every discovery shines bright. Some are cursed. Some are beyond saving. And in the next chapter, we dig beneath the dust, to uncover the secrets these machines are hiding. Every hunter knows the moment. The tarp is pulled back, the dust swirls in the air, and suddenly, a silhouette emerges. Beneath layers of grime and cobwebs, a machine waits. But is it a priceless treasure, or just a forgotten shell? Barn finds are deceptive. At first glance, a car under dust looks like history preserved. But step closer, and the truth begins to show. Chrome pitted with rust. Leather cracked beyond repair. Engines seized after decades of silence. For some, the dream dies in that instant. The treasure isn't what it seemed. But sometimes, the opposite happens. What looks like junk turns out to be extraordinary. Rare badges hidden under dirt. Matching numbers on an engine block. A forgotten prototype no one believed survived. That's the magic of the dust. It hides the truth, waiting for the brave to uncover it. Each discovery comes with questions. Why was it covered? Who left it here? Was it love, loss, or simple neglect that led to its burial? And more importantly, should it be brought back to life? Because not all treasures want to be woken. Some are worth more untouched, preserved exactly as they were found, frozen in time. Others demand restoration, a second chance to roar on the open road. The dust doesn't just cover metal. It covers choices. And for every hunter, those choices carry weight. To restore, to preserve, or to leave untouched. Each decision rewrites history. But there's something else lurking in the shadows. Competition. Because once a treasure is uncovered, word spreads fast. And the hunter isn't always alone. In the next chapter, rivals enter the arena, and the hunt turns into a race. Every hunter knows the moment. The tarp is pulled back, the dust swirls in the air, and suddenly, a silhouette emerges. Beneath layers of grime and cobwebs, a machine waits. But is it a priceless treasure, or just a forgotten shell? Barn finds are deceptive. At first glance, a car under dust looks like history preserved. But step closer, and the truth begins to show. Chrome pitted with rust. Leather cracked beyond repair. Engines seized after decades of silence. For some, the dream dies in that instant. The treasure isn't what it seemed. But sometimes, the opposite happens. What looks like junk turns out to be extraordinary. Rare badges hidden under dirt. Matching numbers on an engine block. A forgotten prototype no one believed survived. That's the magic of the dust. It hides the truth, waiting for the brave to uncover it. Each discovery comes with questions. Why was it covered? Who left it here? Was it love, loss, or simple neglect that led to its burial? And more importantly, should it be brought back to life? Because not all treasures want to be woken. Some are worth more untouched, preserved exactly as they were found, frozen in time. Others demand restoration, a second chance to roar on the open road. The dust doesn't just cover metal. It covers choices. And for every hunter, those choices carry weight. To restore, to preserve, or to leave untouched. Each decision rewrites history. But there's something else lurking in the shadows. Competition. Because once a treasure is uncovered, word spreads fast. And the hunter isn't always alone. In the next chapter, rivals enter the arena, and the hunt turns into a race. Every empire has its crown jewels. In the world of hidden cars, those jewels are the engines. Because while chrome catches the eye, it's the heart under the hood that defines a legend. Step into the right garage, and you might uncover something extraordinary. A Ferrari V12, untouched since the 1960s. A Mazda rotary engine, silent but still mysterious. Or even a one-off prototype motor, the kind that was supposed to be destroyed, but somehow survived. Each discovery is more than metal. It's a story of innovation, ambition, and sometimes, failure. Engines are time capsules. They tell you how far technology had come, and how far dreamers wanted to push it. A Hemi block whispers of drag strip dominance. A flat six sings of endurance racing. A turbocharged four-cylinder proves that power can come from the unexpected. Every motor holds a piece of history, waiting for someone to listen. But engines also carry risk. After decades of silence, some are nothing but seized-up shells, their glory long gone. Others demand impossible amounts of money and skill to revive. And then there are the rare few that roar back to life with nothing more than a spark, a reminder that legends never truly die. The hunter's dilemma is always the same. Do you preserve the relic, untouched and sacred? Or do you rebuild it, risking its originality for the chance to hear it sing again? But engines aren't the only enemies of time. There's another curse every treasure hunter fears. A silent killer that eats steel and chrome alike. And in the next chapter, we face it head-on. The curse of rust. Every treasure hunter has one sworn enemy. It's not rivals, or money, or even time itself. It's something quieter, something that creeps in slowly, devouring history piece by piece. The curse of rust. Rust doesn't care about legends. It eats million-dollar Ferraris and humble pickup trucks the same way. A small spot on a fender becomes a hole. A weak frame turns a car into a coffin. Left unchecked, rust doesn't just ruin a machine, it erases it. For the Indiana Jones of cars, rust is the great gamble. When you peel back the tarp and wipe away the dust, what lies beneath might be a masterpiece or a nightmare. Some finds are too far gone, the steel flaking away at a touch. Others are salvageable, but only at a price measured in sweat, hours, and small fortunes. And yet, rust tells its own story. It shows where the car lived, how it was treated, what kind of battles it fought against rain, snow, and neglect. In a strange way, rust is part of the history too. Some collectors even prize survivor cars, wearing their rust-like scars, proof that they endured. But when the curse spreads too far, choices must be made. Save the relic, replacing piece after piece until it's reborn? Or let it rest, a fallen soldier in the war against time? Because sometimes, rust guards more than just decay. Sometimes, it hides secrets, cars locked away where no one was meant to see them. And in the next chapter, we descend underground, into vaults where forgotten prototypes and forbidden treasures have waited in silence. Every explorer dreams of stumbling on a hidden chamber. In the world of lost cars, that chamber is real. They call it the underground vault. Beneath old factories, forgotten warehouses, even sealed basements, lie treasures no one was ever meant to see. Prototypes that never reached production. Experimental builds locked away when companies collapsed. Cars preserved in the dark, untouched by sun, wind, or rain. While rust claims barns above ground, here in the shadows, legends can survive untouched. Imagine stepping through a rusted door and seeing rows of machines under pale light. Strange shapes. Unfamiliar badges. Cars that don't appear in any book or museum. It feels less like a garage, and more like a secret archive. A place where history was hidden, not lost. But why were they sealed away? Sometimes it was cost. Projects abandoned when they grew too expensive. Other times it was politics, cars that threatened the wrong people or revealed too much too soon. And sometimes, no one really knows. For the Indiana Jones of cars, vaults like these are the ultimate discovery. Priceless not only for their rarity, but for the questions they raise. Each find is a puzzle, each prototype a story waiting to be uncovered. Yet, in rare moments, a discovery emerges that doesn't just rewrite history, it challenges it. A treasure so mysterious, experts argue if it should even exist at all. And that is where our journey goes next. To the treasure that shouldn't exist. Every hunter dreams of finding a rare car. But sometimes, the discovery is stranger than that. Sometimes, you find something so rare, so impossible, it shouldn't exist at all. This is the moment that freezes even the most seasoned explorers. A forgotten prototype never listed in the records. A special edition historians insist was destroyed. Or a one-of-one machine, built in secret, hidden from the world. To uncover a treasure like this is to hold a piece of forbidden history in your hands. But with such a find comes questions, dangerous ones. If this car wasn't supposed to exist, who hid it? And why? Was it locked away to protect it, or to erase it? And if it survived all these years in silence, should it finally be revealed to the world? For the Indiana Jones of cars, this is the ultimate test. Because one wrong move could erase the mystery forever. Sell it, and it vanishes into private hands. Restore it, and you risk losing its untouched authenticity. Keep it hidden, and you become part of the very secret you uncovered. These are the finds that blur the line between legend and reality. The kind of discovery that reshapes the story of an entire brand, or even an entire era. They are treasures not just of steel and chrome, but of myth. But every hunt must end. And the final question is not about what you find, but what remains after the dust settles. What legacy do these treasures leave behind? And that's the story of our final chapter, the legacy of the hunt. Every hunt must end. But the true treasure isn't always the machine itself. Sometimes, it's the story that survives, the legacy of the hunt. The Indiana Jones of cars doesn't just uncover vehicles. He uncovers lives. Families who left behind heirlooms. Designers who poured their dreams into machines the world never saw. Collectors who spent decades guarding their secrets. Each discovery is a thread in a larger tapestry, A reminder that cars are more than steel and rubber, they are history on wheels. Some treasures roar back to life, restored and reborn for new roads. Others are preserved as they were found, frozen in time, scars and rust intact. And a few vanish into private collections, their stories known only to a select few. But whether displayed in a museum, hidden in a garage, or immortalized in a film, each car leaves a mark that outlives the hunter who found it. The question is, what will we do with these legacies? Will we honor them, preserve them, and share them with future generations? Or will they slip back into silence, waiting for another explorer decades from now to rediscover them? In the end, the greatest treasure is not the car itself, but the pursuit, the chase through barns, vaults, and forgotten roads. It's the thrill of the unknown, the mystery of what might be waiting behind the next door. And though one hunt may end, another always begins. Because out there, somewhere, another legend sleeps, waiting for the next brave soul to bring it back into the light.